Hi guys, you're really welcome to another video. I hope I don't get interrupted by sound effects. I've started this video 3 times and there's been noises like from Remy, my constant companion. Anyway, guys, also if you find this information of any value and think it'd be valuable to somebody else, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to hear more content. And actually, what I didn't know when I was starting on as a listener on YouTube was that there's a little notification bell, and if you hit the notification bell, you get notified whenever I post new videos, which is usually every 3 or 4 days. So just a tip for anyone that's new to YouTube. Today, I'd like to talk about your precious energy and narcissistic energy. And I know I'll probably get diagnosed as a nutter by some people, and some people just prefer to delve into the psychology of the narcissistic personality disorder. And I'm very interested in that as well, and I love to talk about that. But I cannot leave the spiritual side, being a very spiritual person. I cannot leave that aside. So I will talk about it and hope for subscribers that don't kind of agree with that you'll just bear with me and, accept that people do come from different perspectives. I kind of come from both. So narcissistic energy is something I think after you've been through the experience of an intimate relationship with a narcissist, or you have a lot of narcissists in your family and you've actually gone through it and you're healing and recovering and you've become awakened and you're very knowledgeable about narcissists and how they operate in the world, and the fact that they have a totally different mindset, that they view the world not like you view the world. So you can't say, well, I wouldn't do that in this situation. You wouldn't, but they would. So it's great to understand the psychology of the personality disorder. But it's also an amazing thing if you can actually pick up on narcissistic energy in a person. And it's often easier to do in a kind of a situation where you don't particularly know somebody very well, like you maybe come across them 2 times a month or something. They're kind of a stranger, or like, for instance, I'll take this example that hit me yesterday, and I was very interested in what happened. So I work with the public, and there's a recurrence of people that would come into my workplace. So you might see a person, say, once a week or every day or twice a month or whatever. But there's certain people over a few years that I've gotten to recognize as having that type of narcissistic energy. Sometimes you pick it up immediately, sometimes you don't. What they always look for is special attention, for you to do something that they could actually do themselves. Like supposing they're taking something, they see something on a shelf maybe, and they can easily read instructions on that thing or take it off and look at it themselves. They'll ask you to come and do it for them. Now, they're not visually impaired. They're not, you know that they're able to do it, but they will require your time and your energy, and for you to do that work for them, which is not, say, part of your job or whatever. The others will hover and will try and use your energy up on you as well, but they'll also try and find something disagreeable, something that they can complain about, another person that they can complain about, or try and get somebody into trouble, maybe that's in the workplace, in the public domain. There's just this, it's like a nasty smell from them or something. You get to recognize it, and it's really interesting. It happened yesterday. I was under attack 5 times. Now, it's what I'd call a very mild attack. It was just narcissists coming towards me. And after the second one had been, I was kind of going, well, this is interesting, because now I've learned what narcissists are, I don't react and I try and stay out of their space, because it's weird. And don't get me wrong, I know you guys that know about narcissists will have felt this. They seem to be drawn to me. Like, I kind of feel like they're pursuing me. Like if I go around a corner, that they'll saunter around the corner after me. I know that sounds crazy, but it just happens. So the first two hovered around. There was a pair of them, related, mother and daughter. They hovered around my area for about half an hour, doing nothing, trying to get my attention, but I each time got out of their way. Then a second one came in, and then later on a third one came in. One got very frustrated with me, saying, kind of insinuating that I should be doing more than I was doing, getting annoyed and frustrated. And when she didn't get a reaction, eventually she went. The other person suggested something inappropriate to me, and when I said no, then they became ultra polite, and they left in a kind of superior kind of way of being, falsely polite, kind of passive aggressive. So guys, that's just an example, and I was kind of going, wow, I wonder what I've done to annoy old Nick up there, because I did actually feel it. Now it stopped. Once I left work, it stopped. So it didn't continue on during the day. I hadn't reacted. I'd recognized what was happening, and I didn't let them suck my energy or bring me into a bad, annoyed state. I remained very calm. So they didn't get any satisfaction. And that's what we need to practice when there are narcissists around. Don't engage if you can help it. Kind of stay out of their sphere of influence. Don't give them their energy. If you really have to help them, be polite and do the minimum for them. It's just best not to get involved, because they'll try and get a reaction out of you, and they'll try and get you to be like a servant to them, and they'll try and get a lot of attention from you. They want attention and energy from you. And then they want to reflect back to you that they're superior, or that you're beneath them in some way, or just in general, it won't be a pleasant interaction. Now, with the narcissists we're in relationships with, we get a bit wrong-footed. I guess you guys, like me, would have felt there's something a bit off with this person, but as normal, when we do get involved with them, we do tend to overlook red flags, which hopefully we won't overlook next time we have maybe an engagement on a more intimate level with a narcissistic person. So guys, the other thing I would say to you is, narcissists, when you get involved with them, can bring you into a dark energy space. It's no coincidence that I found in my experience, personal experience, and my experience coaching people and emails I receive, and also looking at other videos in relation to the narcissistic personality disorder, that there's often police involvement with narcissists, or court cases, or drama of some kind. There's often a chaotic kind of a bad undertone to what they're involved with, and they can bring you into that dimension with them. So you may never have in your life been involved with police or law enforcement, or gone to a court, other than seeing it on TV or whatever. But all of a sudden you're in this world, and you're a participant in this kind of underworld, where you're in a court situation, or you're in a police station making a statement. And it's as if the narcissist, I said this to someone who I was talking to just recently, you'll know who you are. It's as if narcissists spray you with their dirt, and you're in that low position. They want you to be degraded. They want you to feel as they feel. They want you to feel that you've no self-respect, that you're a low-life type of individual. They want to bring you into that type of a spiritual realm. But you must hold on to yourself, your precious self, in that situation, and realize that the correlation between you in this low-grade feeling is the narcissist. They have brought you down into that world. They have sprayed you with their spewing kind of dirt, and you can clean yourself by standing up and brushing yourself down. You may have to scrub it off. You may have to do whatever you have to do to escape that place you don't belong in. It's a place you don't belong in, but they want you to feel that it's who you are and where you are, and that it's all to do with you, and all this drama and situation is to do with you, and it is part of you. It's not. You've just gotten into a narcissist's net, and you've got into a narcissist's dark energy space, and you can rise out of it and back into your own light again. So just hold on to that. If you're feeling grubby, if you're feeling bad about yourself, if you're into, say, getting addicted to things that are bad for you, overeating, overdrinking, taking drugs, if you're in the narcissist's world, claw your way out of it. It's not your world. It wasn't your world before you met them, and it's not your world now. And the second part of this video I'd like to look at, that's the narcissist's energy. I mean, they feel entitled. They feel entitled to other people's attention. They feel the superior. They feel, therefore, because they're black and white and they, you're up or you're down, they're superior, you're inferior. You take on the servile role, while they take on the God role, the master role, the instructor role. They feel entitled. They feel entitled to all that. They also feel entitled to your energy. They feel that you're an extension of them, that they are doing you a great favor by being in your life or having you in their life. That's the way they would see it, not the other way around. Not that they're in your life, that you're in their life. And therefore, because of this great compliment that they're doing to you, by being with you, you have to pay with your life. It's as simple as that. You have to pay with your life. You serve them. Empathic people can be in general are extremely strong, extremely resilient, maybe very resilient to abuse, maybe have had abuse in their life before growing up, or maybe have had to be very, very independent to survive their situation. Or maybe just very spiritual, very enlightened, very empathic. It's like we go into the world as a type of helper of other people, supporter of other people, giver, wanting people to be happy, wanting to relieve others of pain, feeling their pain. And this can be a huge strength in us. But guys, this energy that you have, this light that you have, this needs to be protected. You can't presume. It's a mistake to presume that it's as fragile as it's strong. And that is a kind of it's counterintuitive, that type of description. This energy needs to be fed in the right way. It needs to be fed from a good place. We can think that it's so strong. You can think that you are so strong inherently in yourself that you can take the weight of the world on your shoulders. That is a position that it's a mistake to come from. Because if you're using this energy to escape negative situations, in other words, you feel strong enough to go into battle, say against a narcissist, but subconsciously you're actually trying to help this person who goes round and round in circles, doesn't appreciate your help, devalues you, says sorry and does the same thing all over again. And then you find yourself in a situation where you're fighting for your life physically, for your home, for your children, for your financial situation, for your job. You're in a fight for your life because you've stayed with this narcissistic energy for too long. So that strength is all used up to get you out of that situation and to survive. What I'm saying to you guys is that's great that you have the strength to do that and that you don't succumb to the narcissistic dark energy and get spewed with further dirt until you can no longer rise. It is fantastic, and it is God-given energy, and it's God's help that will help you survive. But this beautiful energy that you were given was not given for you to have to extricate yourself from narcissistic dark energy. Yes, it has that as a purpose. But if you think of this energy that you have inside yourself, instead of using it to take the weight of the world on your shoulders and giving to everybody around you all of the time and not giving to yourself, and using this energy to extricate yourself from a demonic type of situation where somebody is trying to destroy you, instead of getting into those situations going forward, if you could use this strength and energy inside yourself to fulfill your life's purpose and not to constantly be getting into these situations where you have to use this beautiful energy to just survive and protect yourself. On the left-hand side, you're in a situation where you need to use it for that. On the right-hand side, if you protect yourself enough and do not get into any situation like that again, you can use this energy to propel yourself to live a full life where you can fulfill your purpose. And that purpose was to bring good into the world, but to protect your own internal energy. So to love yourself, it comes back down to this again and again. To love yourself, to protect that energy from the dark energy. So when it comes up against it, it moves aside from it. Or it stands and doesn't go forward towards it. It won't let the dark energy push it further and further down into the ground. Use the energy, protect your energy, use your energy for your life's purpose to bring good into the world. And at the same time, protect it so it can continue on its journey to energize you in your life into good situations where you can not just protect yourself, but can grow. So be very, very wary of the dark narcissistic energy, because the darkness wants you to light it up. So it's not crawling around in what it's chosen to be as a sucker of other people's light and energy to spew out this kind of low life stuff where people are suffering and they're jealous and envious and full of hate and always needing to climb up on top of somebody, to climb up on top of somebody else, to feel that they're getting to the top. So that's kind of all I would like to say, just to realize that your God-given light and energy wasn't given to you, although it has to be used to extricate yourself from this dark energy. It wasn't given to you specifically to do this. That's a protective thing, but if all your energy goes into that, your energy can never bring you the happiness that you deserve in your life. I hope that makes sense, guys. It was just yesterday after coming across the narcissists kind of coming towards me 5 times, I kind of felt like making this video. And just, I'm guessing a lot of you will identify with this feeling and feeling that darkness in your narcissist. please leave a comment. As always, I always read them. I read every single comment, and I know other people do too. And sometimes the comments help more than the videos. So guys, until the next video, take very good care of yourselves and protect that energy. Okay. Bye for now. Talk to you again soon. Bye.